What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, sir. It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Another burp. Anyway, y'all know what time it is, bro. Y'all know what time it is, bro. We about to watch that Beyond Dragon Ball Super. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's the title of this one? What's the title of this one? Omega Cooliza overwhelms Goku and Vegeta. The Saiyans plan to break fusion. We'll be waiting. Look like the story, like they about to beat Cooliza, man. I don't know what they about to do, man. How they gonna beat them, man? I want to see. But let's get into it. Struggle against Cooliza. Race against time.
As our story now continues, following the events of
Why is short caption on?
Having to finally use their full power and bringing everything out onto the surface, as with neither party willing to let up against the other, it was only just after Goku and Vegeta were now shown powering up where Goku then went on to respond, "This is it, so it's all or nothing."
That's so clean, bruh.
Vegeta, we've got to try and find a way to provoke their fusion into using substantial amounts of energy so that way it can speed up the defusion process quicker. So it's either that or he'll simply adapt to our efforts and destroy us both even while at full power. We can't let him dictate the pace of this fight, so are you ready? With Vegeta responding, we'll have to be cautious of his approach because their fusion isn't going to give us many openings for us to exploit, but when he does, we can't afford to miss either, so it's bad enough that we're both tired, but don't let your exhaustion be what destroys you out there. We can overcome him, and remember, Frieza is mine. Got it? With Cooliza then responding, your audacity is amusing, monkeys. So, I see that the two of you are no longer looking to hold anything back against me, huh? How laughable. Just look at you both. So determined, so desperate, and yet so unaware of the horrors that await the two of you. Can you hear it? The clock continues to tick for you both because as you start to grow weaker, I continue to get stronger. So you
shut up, Cooliza. Damn.
So what? Your rapidly adapting battle genetics are a part of me now, which means that you'll only be making me more powerful the more we fight. And so it'll only be a matter of time now, Saiyans. As Budo then went on to chime in, if those mortals fall short, then I'm jumping down there and
bro, the illustration is crazy. Like the drawings, the pictures is very fire. Very sharp, man. Whoever his artist is,
watch the two Saiyans very
crazy
down there. They're about to start pushing that fusion back more and more in a few moments. With the Grand Priest chiming in, these Saiyan mortals truly do embody the very nature of what it means to fight with honor, even if it destroys them. But these moments of adversity is what tends to bring the best out of them both, as I've seen take place before. And so their determination remains undiminished. However, their unpredictability is most certainly a sight to behold, but if they aren't careful throughout the course of this battle, then they will both face annihilation with no second chances given, to which upon Goku and Vegeta now being shown dashing towards Cooliza, it was only while the two Saiyans were now shown doing so where Vegeta then went on to shout, "Now come on and let's settle this, you freak! You and I both know that your measly fusion could never compare to my destructive power." And coming from someone who claims to be so much stronger than us, Primal Goku went on to chime in, "You sure do look like you're having a much harder time putting us both away." To which as Goku and Vegeta were now shown making contact with Cooliza being shown having to throw his guard up, that was when Cooliza then went on to respond, well, it looks like the two of you weren't bluffing about amplifying your powers after all. Good. That was exactly what I was hoping that I'd get out of you monkeys. I just love a dramatic ending, especially when your prey is trying oh so hard to fight for its right to live, knowing damn well that they are as good as dead, Saiyans. As Beerus then went on to shout, "That's right, Vegeta, remember that destruction is all that matters in this battle, so now show that abomination of a fusion what true power feels like." Oh wow, would you look there, those two are really hammering away at that Potara toaster now, Yoshido then went on to respond.
Potara toaster?
Extremely lucky that my men and I didn't get a hold of whatever
shut up, Cooliza.
New forms of yours and adding that within our serum. Otherwise, you brainless apes would have been dead a long time ago. But I'm a little interested in finding out which one of you will be split in half first. So, let's take our pick then, to which upon Cooliza now being shown having to leap up above them, that was when Beerus went on to respond, oh, he's fast for someone his size. Oh, what are their chances of outlasting Frieza's fusion, Whis? Surely this Cooliza must be running out of gas too, right? With Whis responding, well, it's tough to really say since Frieza's merger isn't an organic one, but instead rather one that consists of multiple powers that run through those serums that they've claimed to have taken before, but my money is still on Goku and Vegeta to pull something off, in which as Cooliza was now shown having to unleash Death Blades upon Goku and Vegeta, it was only just as Cooliza was now having to be shown doing so where Cooliza then went on to respond, just try and stop these if you think you're strong enough to survive without any of your limbs, monkeys. Now it's time to slice you into pieces.
I kinda wanna see Cooliza fight Budo though.
Watch it, Vegeta. Do not try and come in contact with any of those energy blades.
The Grand Prix said they pretty close in power.
Oh, stick and move and follow me. I have an idea that just might work. They're moving in tandem, Akuma then went on to chime in, which means they're likely planning something, as Yoshido then went on to respond, well, it kind of makes me want to join in on the fun down there since that fusion wanted in on finding out what we're all about, eh? Which back down below, as both Goku and Vegeta were now shown doing their best in avoiding these blades, that was when Goku then went on to respond, he can't focus on us both if we break away, Vegeta, so I'll go and divert his attention away from you while you find whatever opening that you can and attack him when he least expects it, with Vegeta responding, well, try not to die while you do it either, Kakarot. Hurry while I concentrate my destroyer energy into a singular point, to which as Goku is now shown doing, it was only just as Goku is now shown making his way towards Cooliza.
I like that the blue aura around him, that shit fire.
What's that Goku doing? Why'd he break away from Vegeta like that? What is he, crazy? Hey! Goku then went on to quickly shout, for someone who likes to talk a big game, you sure do have terrible aim, especially for a fusion on top of that. And so here I am. I'm the one you're really after, aren't you? Well, it must suck knowing that despite all that you did to get to where you are, you still can't hold a candle to what me and Vegeta are now, with Omega Cooliza responding, I don't know if it's the adrenaline that's coursing through your body or the lack of oxygen that's going into your brain, but you two are insane if you think that. But then, it was only just from out of nowhere now before Cooliza could even finish,
that's fire. That purple aura. Fire.
His face mask completely by then shouting, what did I say, you fool? I told you that
that purple aura is fire.
Rip you apart. I'll curse you, monkey. And just where did you manage to hit me from?
That purple aura fire. I can't say that purple. I can't say that purple aura ain't fire. So I'm sorry I had to pause, but that shit clean.
Now go as far as to finish his sentence yet again was when Primal Ultra Instinct Goku had now gone as far
kick that nigga in the face then.
Kicking Cooliza in the face by then responding, he's not the only one who you're going to have to worry about here, Cooliza. Your arrogance has made you lose sight of the bigger picture here, and the bigger picture is that your carelessness is what will cost you everything in this fight against us. Well, excellent coordination, Whis went on to then chime in. I can now sense Cooliza's spirit beginning to ignite with anger, which can only mean that whatever Goku and Vegeta's tactic against him is, it's beginning to slowly corrupt Cooliza from within, to which from out of nowhere, as Cooliza was now shown putting his hands over his face, that was when Cooliza had now gone as far as to surprise everyone with the counter of his own, as Cooliza then went on to shout, you savages will not defeat me, Solar Flare! What just happened down there? Beerus then went on to quickly shout, I can't see! Or was that one of Goku's moves? As Yoshido then went on to respond, hey, it's that little technique again. You know, the one that Goku tried using against us during the tournament. Well, it looks like the fusion's able to use that little trick too, I see. Quite clever of him to go and quickly use that against the mortals, as Akuma then went on to respond, but will it work on the Saiyans in ways which will give the fusion a better chance is the question, as Goku then went on to cover his eyes by then shouting, oh, Vegeta, don't look! Oh, darn it, I can't see a thing out there.
How y'all get hit with that? Are y'all like used to seeing that?
With Vegeta then shouting, "Girl, that bastard, hurry and try to recover as fast as you can so that way we can stick and move before he is able to." But then, it was only just from out of nowhere before Vegeta could go as far as to finish his sentence where Omega Cooliza had now gone as far as to punch Vegeta in the stomach by then shouting, "Too late, you disgusting little bug.
Ooh, he fucked that nigga. Ooh, he fucked that nigga up.
To pay dearly for that little ambush of yours. And neither of you have any idea on the horrors that wait for you. And the more you continue to push me, the quicker you are both going to find out exactly what I mean, you monkeys." Well, if this is any indication of what we can expect, the Grand Priest then went on to comment, then this battle is far from over. Goku and Vegeta are putting up a valiant fight, but Cooliza's resilience is proving to be a formidable challenge indeed, even for them. Cooliza's counterattack is testing the limits of their endurance and is starting to prove more and more on why he is such a fearsome adversary. I wouldn't rule them out just yet, but it certainly won't be easy, as Beerus then went on to respond, "Girl, but will they be able to get the job done in the meantime?"
Will
is
they?
the question, with the Grand Priest responding, "Well, that depends. It's possible that they could fail and both be destroyed, but that of course will ultimately depend on their approach," in which, as Vegeta was now shown having to quickly stabilize himself, that was when Vegeta then went on to shout, "We'll see which one of us will be laughing last, Cooliza. No, that monster's going to be a lot harder to bring down than I thought he'd be, but he's starting to lose his sense of control. So using forced spirit fission to try and separate him now isn't going to work unless they're either too weak to manage or at least at the very limit of their fusion's power. So we've got to continue to press forward."
I was about to say, why he ain't used that shit yet?
If we don't try.
That spirit vision shit.
That coward's bound to break at some point sometime soon, damn it. Oh, and to think that Frieza would go to this much trouble to kill us. Well,
That is crazy.
I'm glad that he did, because this is only going to make the reward of wiping him and his brother out that much more satisfying. But for that to happen, we have to first break their fusion apart so that way the rest can be dealt with accordingly. And it will be. This battle only continues to fuel my hunger in wanting to devour them both. And destruction is all that remains, Vegeta then went on to continue. Whether that's being destroyed myself or destroying the two of them. And since it'll be the two of them who will die, Vegeta then went on to continue, this just reminds me of something. Yes, this ought to come in handy and do the trick. My orbs of destruction that I learned while training with Lord Beerus. And what perfect timing as well. And as durable as that body of yours may appear to be, let's just see how many of these you can take before it starts ripping you apart little by little the more you take. Switch back on over with Cooliza and Goku, as Cooliza was now shown slamming Goku on down by pressing onto his stomach. That was when Cooliza then went on to respond, "You and Vegeta are dreaming if you both think that you can win here, Goku. Your odds of walking away from this without me standing in your path are 0, Saiyan. You have no idea what you're up against right now, especially after I've transformed. You think that I want to annihilate you both without watching you both suffer first. Ending your lives is the easy part," Cooliza then continues, "but making you both suffer is what I really want to do. Your death along with Vegeta's is going to be slow, painful, and utterly satisfying for me to watch, and especially since you are both the root of so many of my setbacks and shortcomings. Your interference, your insolence, it all ends now, Goku. But not before both you and Vegeta understand the extent of my wrath first. And I will not grant either of you the mercy of a quick death either. And I will ensure that your demise is as prolonged and painful as possible. The humiliation that you caused me on Namek still burns, Goku.
Damn,
Frieza.
Frieza.
The same humiliation that I had to suffer through once I came back to Earth to face you all again before my second death. You and Vegeta will pay for everything you've put me
when that nigga Trunks fuck you up, that shit crazy.
I absolutely detest you, Goku. Your persistence, your audacity, your Saiyan nature, everything that you and Vegeta are is the very reason on why you both
got that feet on a nigga chest.
Soon after, it will be the Namekian, and then your sons, and then your friends, and then the world. And soon after, Broly, along with Beerus and anyone left who dares to oppose me, will be destroyed.
Shit.
But it won't stop there either, Saiyan, because the 5 strongest will be next, especially those who stood in my way of destroying you. And I swear on both of your lives that I will not stop until you are all dead. You hear me? Dead, Goku! And so now suffer.
He's a little mad, ain't he?
Sins of your past. Say it. What? Well, where did that worm just scurry off to? Cooliza then quickly went on to ask. I have to remember to rip his hands off so that way he doesn't use that annoying technique against me again. In which, from out of nowhere, the moment Goku had now gone as far as to teleport behind Cooliza, that was when Goku then went on to respond. And it's a shame that it had to come down to this, especially since you were given several chances in the past to redeem yourself, and you still chose
a lot of chances.
to resort in going after and doing the same old things that had ultimately destroyed you in the first place. And the same will be said with your fusion once our fight is finished, and you know it, with Cooliza responding, I'm tired of listening to you Saiyan speak, especially since this all started with the 2 of you. Who are you to decide what I should do? Frieza and Cooler's destinies have already been embedded as being the new rulers of everything once you are all dead and gone, to which Cooliza now being shown attempting to punch Goku. That was when Cooliza went on to continue, and the end for you will be only but the beginning of so many horrors that will soon follow once I made sure that the 2 of you are wiped out forever, with Goku then responding, oh no, wait, what is that? As even unbeknownst to Cooliza, the moment Cooliza had now gone as far as to punch the energy orb that was now shown in front of him was when Cooliza then went on to respond, what the? Just what is this? And where the hell did that just come? But then, as quickly as it happened with Goku being shown getting out of harm's way, was where a gigantic explosion was then seen having to happen beneath Goku, as Yoshiro then went on to chime in, oh, that little orb of destructive energy came from that Vegeta mortal, didn't it? And I can see why their union is so fierce while working together in sync with one another, Yoshiro continues. These Saiyans appear to have tons of experience in that area of combat. Well, it kinda makes me want to grab one of you and run a 2-on-2 battle down there against them both. So who's up for it, huh?
Boy.
Any takers? Anyone?
I think Yoshiro's stupid.
They operate based off their instincts to protect one another while also fighting to maintain control. It's an interesting concept that I've seen while looking into Goku's history before fighting him, which only now makes Vegeta all but that much more interesting now that I'm watching him fight. Nice save, Vegeta. I didn't know that you can create orbs of destructive energy like that. Goku then went on to address Vegeta by then joining him, and from what it looks like, it also seems to pack a huge punch after making contact with him too, but he's tough, really tough, so it'll take a lot more than that to get the job done here, but it does look like it's starting to work in our favor little by little, with Vegeta responding, don't let up no matter how bad this gets, Kakarot. Every blow that we land on him pushes him closer and closer into losing sight of the fight. Their fusion can't hold out forever if we keep the pressure on him without giving him an inch of ground for him to use on us. So we have to keep pushing forward, with Goku then asking, so now what? That attack likely didn't do much to slow him down, so should we go back in there and continue to apply more pressure on him, or
apply that pressure? Yes, sir.
With Vegeta responding, we will wait and have him come to us instead. And I wasn't banking on only using one of those against him, but many more.
Okay.
Now watch, he's about to make his move on us any second, to which, as Cooliza was now shown doing, it was only just as Cooliza was now shown completely enraged and coming after the Saiyans was when Cooliza then went on to shout, back for more yet again, Vegeta! Your efforts will never work on me! Yes, that's right, you fool, right this way.
That nigga Vegeta throwing them bitches like fucking Mario shells, nigga, in Mario Kart, nigga.
Who is this powerful now, aren't you, Vegeta?
Yeah, them bitches
now
together.
Suffer, you pile of trash, as Beerus then went on to shout, yes, come on, Vegeta! Use everything that I've taught you to slaughter that fusion and rip him to pieces. But this time, however, it didn't appear as though Vegeta's orbs of destruction were going to work, because it was only just as Cooliza was shown having to make his way ever so closer towards Goku and Vegeta in knocking these
Where the music go? What the fuck?
It was only clear as day now that Cooliza had meant business, as Cooliza then went on to shout, "You think I'm going to be falling for these little tricks of
Oh,
yours
shit.
again after cutting in between my fight with the
That
other
music throw
monkey
me off.
Vegeta? Well, guess again. None of your efforts, even your best ones, are going to work against me." To which within that moment, as Cooliza was shown having to smash his way into Goku and Vegeta, was when Akuma then went on to respond, "It'll be tough because now that this fusion appears to be increasing in strength, the Saiyans are scrambling to try and find an opening to fully exploit while trying to maintain their current levels of power," with Takira responding, "And they won't, at least not from what I have seen. That fusion isn't giving anything away for them to use against him, which is why he is trying to break the Saiyans apart and keep them both away, but I still see them remaining in this battle," in which upon Cooliza being shown having to knock Goku away, that was when Cooliza went on to continue, "You get out of my face, for I will deal with you momentarily, Goku, because you are the one who has been the most troublesome among the bunch, you dirty little destroyer monkey." You see, it's as I said, Takira then went on to chime back in. Cooliza's strategy is to try and target them individually while making them suffer, while the Saiyans, on the other hand, are unionizing their efforts in attacking as one. Watch and you will see what I am saying to be true. In which within that very moment, as Cooliza was now shown inflicting massive amounts of damage by attacking Vegeta, was when Cooliza then went on to continue, "You are nothing more than an ancient relic of a long forgotten and dead race, Vegeta.
I think I love that line.
You could never redeem what I have already ripped away from you, no matter how badly you try. And that is why it burns deep inside of you, to know that you can't do anything to destroy me. Your Saiyan pride will not save you from what I have planned for you,
Come on, Vegeta.
And the only known destiny that you were always known for was for being known as someone who was Frieza's puppet. Your pride as a Saiyan didn't help save your dying race back then, and it won't save you and Goku from that very same fate that you both have coming now. These forms of yours and these powers that you both wield mean nothing to me, because I am mighty, I am superior, I am the ultimate standard, and the two of you are not, monkey. Your tribal insects were weak, just like you.
Now he choking that nigga Vegeta, bro.
Empire, just like you. They were all pawns in my game, just like you. So are you starting to see the pattern now, slave monkey? My efforts to ensure your death far outweighs yours, and that is why you're struggling to beat me, and that is why you are struggling to survive, because you are both utterly weak." In which seconds later, as Cooliza was now shown slamming Vegeta's head down onto the ground,
Vegeta.
when Yoshido then went on to chime in, "We'll talk about a harsh history, huh? So you're meaning to tell me that this powerful tin can down there was responsible for wiping out their entire race, and they still somehow managed to let the guy who did it all go and just walk away?
That is crazy.
Either those Saiyans are extremely forgiving creatures, or they are truly the dumbest pair of mortals that I have ever seen, because that is just ridiculous. So is that the context here? I'm assuming that this Frieza guy was the one behind it all, wasn't he?" Well, for the most part, yes, Whis went on to then respond, but it was Lord Beerus here who decided to let Frieza go after helping Universe 7 during the days of the Tournament of Powers. So it's a death that certainly no one could have seen coming back to haunt everyone, but with Frieza being the driving force behind it all, for what it seems, it's also very likely that his brother is also being used as one of Frieza's pawns too. That much I can say. "Hang in there, Vegeta, I'm on my way," Goku then went on to quickly shout, with Omega Cooliza responding, "Like hell you are. They never learn and always continue to try time and time
he
again,
did the old
no
rope-a-dope.
matter how badly they fall short."
Did the old switcheroo.
Shown getting out of harm's way, with Goku being shown crashing into Vegeta. It was only just as with the two now being shown having to crash on down to the floor, was when Cooliza then went on to continue, "You wanted to help your friend here, huh? Well, try not to get in each other's way while you struggle to survive, monkeys. The two of you belong together in the grave, but this just gives me an idea that will surely get you both going, scum. And it certainly won't be me who falls first, but I wonder which one of you will be. So now let's see which one of you is the toughest, in which upon Cooliza now being shown having to fire the Masenko, it was only during
Not the
middle of
Masenko,
contact
boy.
as a
That
gigantic explosion was now seen, where
nigga,
Omega
dick
Cooliza
rider.
went on to continue. You two are going to wish that you never crossed me, and I'm going to make sure of it before we are done. Yes, those little worms are running on borrowed time, and they know it. There's no way that they could possibly wish to keep this up against me forever and expect to win, and that's because they won't. In which upon Cooliza yet again being shown having to throw another energy ball into them, with yet another gigantic explosion now being seen taking place, with Goku and Vegeta being shown having to exit through the other side, was when Akuma then went on to respond. I don't like this. This is starting to become a game of cat and mouse, especially with the fusion now pushing back as a means of wanting to make those two drop out of their forms. Well, as dangerous as this appears to be for the Saiyans, the Grand Priest responds, we will remain where we are and wait to see what comes, as Goku then went on to respond. Oh, Vegeta! Vegeta, are you still with me? Oh, yes, and that freak is getting stronger with each passing minute, which is both good and bad for us if we aren't careful, with Goku then responding, oh darn it, if I can only somehow find a way to have my body hurry and cool down so I can try and use that angel form again, but I still feel as though
Goku's gonna turn into angel form eventually.
This might be a stretch, but
probably next chapter.
Have Vegeta hold him back and keep him at bay for a little while longer, then I could probably do it, but the risk is too dangerous for me to let Vegeta do this on his own. So no, there has to be another way, in which upon Goku and Vegeta now shown continuing their battle, it was only right then and there now during where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 61 special
I'm tired.
Now, this is it. Before we provide any additional context as to what is about to take place coming up next, you do not want to miss.
Man, shout out to UnrealEntGaming, bro. This story took off, bro. Like, this story is crazy. Cooliza a bitch for the DNA shit. That shit weird. But that, and then taking over the body, getting everybody like it's whatever. But anyway, shout out to Goku, Vegeta, man. They gonna turn up, bro. I love the new forms. Goku gonna turn to Angel Goku and whoop this nigga Frieza's ass. But anyway, shout out to UnrealEntGaming. If you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.